Welcome to the Collision Hub News Network, your monthly source for the collision repair news and information you need to keep your business moving ahead. In this episode, court case gets major boost on appeal, estimating software linking directly to OEs, is third-party repair information accurate, Collision Industry Foundation responds to hurricane losses, all this and more. So let's get started.
This is CHNN.
In today's collision repair environment, you need a partner who cares about meeting the needs of your customers as much as you, and one that understands the pace of your business. The training and dedication of our 24,000 employees allows Hertz to provide world-class customer service and seamless integration into your workflow, while providing the daily support you need most. That is why we promise to do whatever it takes to not only keep up, but to move ahead. Hertz is ready. Are you?
The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals reversed Middle District of Florida Judge Gregory Presnell's 2015 dismissals of 8 collision repairers lawsuits in 4 states. Attorney for the plaintiffs John Eves Jr. of Jackson, Mississippi-based Eves Law Firm said he was excited about the ruling. Campbell v. State Farm, Lee Pappas v. State Farm, Quality Auto Painting v. State Farm, Ultimate v. State Farm, and Concord v. State Farm filed a single consolidated appeals brief urging the 11th Circuit to clear up requirements of how specific any federal lawsuit had to be to survive a motion to dismiss. The 5 cases had been previously dismissed without prejudice and appealed without being amended to correct what Presnell considered deficiencies. Another 4 cases, Leafs v. State Farm, Rodenhouse v. State Farm, Pacific Coast v. State Farm, and Harries v. State Farm, were dismissed mostly without prejudice, but were subsequently closed after not being amended. Judge Presnell refused to consider motions for attorney's fees or sanctions until the 11th Circuit reached a decision on the appeals. These lawsuits should presumably be eligible to open. The defendant insurers, which include the top 4, State Farm, Geico, Allstate, and USAA, could still petition the appeals court to reconsider the ruling, but once that phase ends, shops can move on to discovery. CCC has announced a one platform for OEMs. The platform will better tie the automakers to CCC's user base of more than 350 insurers and 24,000 collision repairers, and opens up a variety of new revenue streams and repair and claims oversight for automakers. According to CCC, these solutions can leverage connected car and vehicle data in many ways, including the promotion and sale of new vehicles and OEM-branded parts, usage-based insurance and telematics-enabled claims, safety insights, and shop certification scorecards. Claiming to process $13 billion in vehicle parts annually, CCC plans to give the OEs a window into the repair estimate, providing opportunities to directly promote part sales during the estimate creation. In addition, the metrics available on the platform can allow for OEMs to score and monitor their certified shops. It is unclear how the potentially conflicting data sets or business objectives between insurer DRP goals and OEM KPI goals may affect the collision repairer. CCC also suggested that OEMs could use the platform for new car sales following a total loss. Currently, CCC processes 3 million total losses each year. The company claims to be able to promote new vehicle sales to consumers in the days following a collision and potential vehicle loss. As the discussion around BMS and estimate access fees heat up, it will be interesting to see how insurers react to these announcements from CCC. Who truly owns the customer data? And what information around the customer can or should be shared with an OE?
Even though you plan for it, being prepared never feels like enough. That's why when a catastrophe strikes, AR Direct will be there to help your business service, settle, and process claims promptly with the same care, compassion, and integrity that you provide your customers daily. Our team of specially trained catastrophe adjusters can respond within 24 hours of notice to be where you need them, when you need them. With the industry's leading total loss settlement reporting and only no-tow salvage program, you can enhance your automotive catastrophe services. We offer binding salvage bids from over 4,000 certified salvage buyers around the country. Receive payment and pickup in as fast as 24 hours, virtually eliminating costly secondary tows to salvage processing facilities and waiting months for salvage disposition and receipt of funds to close files. We know that your customers' needs are your greatest responsibility. You can trust AR Direct to help them recover from the unexpected. In person or on the phone, day or night, in the storm or after, we provide more than just the service you expect. We provide the care you need.
OE Connection has received a patent on their parts pricing technology, MyPriceLink. The platform co-developed and used by General Motors allows an OEM to adjust the price of various parts whenever they want, and even offer different prices to different markets. Currently, MyPriceLink takes 125 million pricing requests daily, essentially a shop, dealership, or insurer selecting a part and receiving a quote in an average time of less than half a second. Collision Link and OEC's Parts Marketing Administration are used by nearly 20,000 collision repairers, 23 automakers, and 8,000 dealerships in the US and Canada. With the patented technology and GM's departure from program ownership, OE Connection believes that all OEs will now begin to use the program. However, they did not directly comment on statistics around GM's use of the program over the last 2 years and its impact on part sales. There are other patent applications in progress for more aspects of MyPriceLink, with more announcements expected soon. With a record-breaking hurricane making landfall in Florida and record-breaking flooding in Texas, many within our industry are struggling to recover. For more on the relief efforts from the Collision Industry Foundation, here's Kristen.
Over the last week, I think all of us have been following the weather as 2 major hurricanes have impacted our country. However, while some of us have just watched, those living in South Texas and Florida have been faced with the disaster and destruction of their homes and businesses. And when our industry needs assistance, we count on the Collision Industry Foundation, or CIF. Founded in 2001, the CIF is dedicated to raising, managing, and donating funds while fulfilling the philanthropic goals and needs of the collision industry and the communities they serve. I first worked with CIF during Hurricane Katrina and was impressed at how they served the shop owners and technicians affected in Mississippi and Louisiana. Now the foundation again needs our help for the victims of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. Joining us today from the CIF Board of Trustees is Jordan Hendler.
Hey Kristen, it's great to be here.
Jordan, can you tell us a little more about how CIF works during disaster situations?
So the Collision Industry Foundation has an ongoing response disaster relief program. So it was started probably 12, 13 years ago, definitely before Hurricane Katrina. And, you know, we helped victims through that catastrophe.
While working Katrina in Mississippi and Louisiana, I encountered a lot of shops and technicians that were upset over the loss of equipment and tooling and the lack of coverage from business and homeowners insurance as well as FEMA. Were those type situations a spark for CIF disaster relief?
So that was the whole point of the disaster relief, and it was really seen hugely through the Katrina efforts, was that the technicians, first of all, a lot of them had no insurance on their tools. They assumed incorrectly that the shop's insurance would cover their tools. So they were left not only in a lot of cases homeless, penniless, but also without a means and way to get themselves back to work. So a lot of the technicians, it's technicians, painters, office staff personnel, it could be really anybody in the shop. And, you know, the key is a lot of them would say, if you get me a set of tools, I can make money. So that was what they felt they needed the most and most urgently. A lot of them did tell us that they were not getting support from FEMA or the state or any local assistance. So our tool set, or if we were able to give them a gift card to Walmart per se, to get food or sheets or clothes, something for their children that was needed, you know, whatever it took, that gift card could get them by and the tools could get them back to work. So that was the whole initiative, is to assess what they need. If there's personal needs, we try to do those on a case-by-case basis. But then obviously employment and getting back to work really seems to be the priority.
What can we do to help other shop owners and technicians that have been affected by these two massive storms?
The biggest immediate need would be the donation. If we can get donations, we can help more and more and more people within our industry. And that's the most important thing, is that it's just people in the collision industry. So 100% of what you donate is going to go right into the collision industry folks who are affected. And if they want to help specifically by being on a committee or helping us be a quote unquote boot on the ground, that is what we need too. We need local representatives to help find people that are in our industry, because I can tell you, after Katrina, we lost a lot of people in our industry to other industries. When they left Louisiana, Mississippi, or even we had a lot of people who left Louisiana, went to Texas only to get hit by Hurricane Rita. It was awful. Like, it was a double mess. So we definitely want to preserve the people we have. We all say we got shortage, and we definitely don't want to lose any. So to us, that's the biggest thing, is making sure they stay in our industry and that our industry knows that we care about them.
What if we have some tools or equipment we'd like to donate in addition to money?
So there's definitely possibility of that, and how we would do that is work with like the Auto Body Association and say, hey, we have a donated frame machine, we have donated paint guns, we have donated tools for our technicians that we can get right back to people. So I'm sure that would have a little bit of a delay, because right now obviously they're going to be in cleanup mode and assessing what needs there are. But if there was item donations that could be made, I'm sure we can work with the local state affiliate there to make sure that can go directly to an affected person or shop.
What if I don't have a lot of money to give? Are small donations accepted?
Every dollar will matter. So if you're a technician or a shop owner or anybody in the industry, even an adjuster too, $5 will go a long way. So every donation matters. Thank you.
Jordan, thank you for taking the time to join us on such short notice today, and for all you do for the Collision Industry Foundation. You know, there are so many ways to give and help the victims of these hurricanes, but donating to the CIF is the only way to ensure your dollars help collision repair technicians and small business owners just like us get back on our feet and back to work. To learn more about how you can help the victims, visit the Collision Industry Foundation website today.
The ProSpot i5 Smart Welder is designed to handle all of your collision repair needs. With Auto Weld Mode, the i5 measures, senses, and welds consistently every time you pull the trigger, regardless of metal thickness or type, ensuring a factory-quality repair. The high-resolution full-color touchscreen display simplifies navigation through more than 4,000 OEM repair screens. The updatable software features weld data and repair recommendations from the top automotive manufacturers. Raise your shop's collision repair IQ with the ProSpot i5 Smart Welder. Call your local ProSpot distributor today for a demonstration.
They call him the Body Man. Not because he's built like a brick outhouse or because he can bench 400 pounds, but because he can take a crumpled car and, like magic, turn it back into sleek, shining metal. Give your Body Man what he deserves. Cubitron 2 abrasive discs, wheels, and belts.
According to CCC, 68% of the vehicles passing through their estimating system in the first quarter of 2017 should have had a pre- or post-scan performed based on OE position statements. However, according to their report, only about 1.55% of CCC repair appraisals contained pre- and/or post-repair scan charges. CCC Director and Analyst Susanna Gotch stated this disparity suggests that a scan may have been completed, but not always in the appraisal. This data also suggests that the industry is still grappling with the when, the why, and how much for vehicle scans. While there is a possibility some multi-store operators may choose to scan vehicles but not charge for it as a concession to their direct repair program partners. According to Gotch, the average first quarter 2017 scanning charge was $124. When factoring the average cost of appraisal, the scanning fees alone can represent over a 7% increase in claims cost to the insurer. When paired with the information reported last month around what is already seen as record projected losses by the property and casualty industry in 2017, it presents some troubling questions for consumers. Are scans not being performed by collision repairers? Are scans performed but not documented and or charged by collision repairers? Are shops who are performing scans but absorbing cost, performing all steps in calibration and using the correct equipment, or making do with a variety of AM scan tools? Are the lack of scans an education issue for repairers or just a cost issue for insurers? One thing is certain, as mentioned by CCC in the report, the industry is still grappling with the when, the why, and how much for vehicle scans. If you're still grappling with the issue, then don't miss the courses scheduled for the repair-driven education classes coming up at the SEMA show. Do you know how and when to use foam in a door skin replacement? For tips on proper use, we've got another 3M tech tip from Sean Collins.
Hi, I'm Sean Collins, Senior Technical Service Engineer for 3M's Automotive Aftermarket Division. Today we're here to talk about some issues with automotive foams. As we know, the cars are being made by the manufacturers lighter, and thus the need for sound deadening foams in the vehicles is becoming greater. We're going to see entire cavities filled with foams on the newer vehicles. So there's some things we need to understand about the foams. There are several different types of foams, so we need to understand what they are. And basically there are 4 different types of foams. There's a structural foam, which is rarely used on vehicles today. I don't have any of the structural foam pictured here, but it's a solid epoxy type looking foam with no visible cell structure. But again, you're very unlikely to encounter that type of foam on a vehicle today. The foams that you will see are a soft foam or a flexible foam such as this here, and this can be identified by being able to push it with your finger and it rebounds back. This is a pillar foam. Some people call it a rigid foam, and this, if you push your finger in, will collapse and will not rebound. So that's how we can tell what type of foam it is. It's very important that we replace the foam that we remove from the vehicle with an identical type of foam. If you put, for instance, a rigid foam in where a soft foam was supposed to be, it would actually amplify noise rather than quiet the vehicle down. So we have to make sure we're using the correct foam. Another very underutilized foam is an NVH foam, and it's a little bit of a misnomer because this foam really doesn't foam up. There's no visible cell structure. It looks like a windshield urethane, but it's very useful in the fact that we can use that to reattach existing foam. So there may be a case where you have foam in the vehicle and a part you're going to reuse. You don't necessarily need to remove it all. You can actually coat it with this NVH foam and replace it in the vehicle. So those are the main types of foams we're going to encounter. Now, the other thing that's very important is that we understand the properties of each type of foam. Now, it's really important that we read these instructions that come with the foam. There's going to be a lot of good information in here. One of the things we need to know is how much dwell time we have. And dwell time is how long it takes for the foam to actually start reacting and foam out of the nozzle. It's very important that we know that. If we don't know that and we take too long, it may actually harden before we get it out of the nozzle. So dwell time is very important. The other important factor is foam time. For instance, this product here has a 5-minute foam time. So it will actually not react for 5 minutes, which will allow it to get us into a remote cavity, possibly down in the bottom of a B-pillar or down in the bottom of a rocker pillar. So we need to choose the foam that has the correct properties for the application we're using. The other thing that's very important is preparing the cartridge. Once we have a foam selected, we have to know how to prepare that cartridge to properly use it so that we don't have any air pockets and we have complete reaction with the chemicals. So one of the things we want to do, first of all, we want to gear up with our personal protective equipment. We want to have safety glasses, we want to have our gloves, and if we're not working in a real well-ventilated area like I am here, we'd want to wear a respirator. So what we want to do is equalize this cartridge. We want to make sure there's no air pockets in either side of this cartridge. So this is a 2-chemical product, side A and a side B, and we have to make sure that we're getting the proper mixture. If there's a restriction in one of the ports, it would clog one side and it would not react properly. So it would go down in the bottom of a cavity and remain liquid, which is certainly what we don't want. So it's a good idea to install the cartridge, remove the nozzle, and then equalize the cartridge upwards. This is just like a doctor would do in a doctor's office with a syringe, where it brings any air pockets up to the surface and out of the product. So now I know I have product coming out of both sides. I know there's no air in the product. Now I can attach my nozzle and my collar, and I'm ready to dispense the product. So it's very important that we know all about these products before we use them if we plan on having a successful repair.
Hey, it's Kristen and welcome to Repair University. You know, it's hard to believe it's been 6 years since we aired our first episode, and with already over 2.5 million views, the show just gets better and better every year. But for 2017, we've decided to do something a little bit different. We're going to go live and put you behind the cameras and into the audience seat. 12 times in 2017, we'll broadcast straight here from the studio as we discuss all the repair techniques and processes you need to make 2017 your best year. Join in with your questions, any concerns that you have. It's like being right in the studio with us while we do the show. So log on to collisionhub.com, buy your season pass now, 12 episodes for $30, and don't miss a single live episode in 2017. Ready to go? Hey, this is Kristen with Collision Hub, and welcome to Repair University.
If you're not getting your repair procedures directly from the OE, then how good is that data? A recent Guild 21 call presented by Verifax Automotive discussed how good is the repair information provided to repairers by third-party providers. In a presentation by a Toyota Collision Repair and Refinish training, questions arose around the airbag inspection procedures of a 2005 Toyota Sienna and the differences in the required procedures as stated by the third-party provider and those listed on the Toyota website. The situation highlighted the potential risk for collision repairers only seeking to consult OEM repair procedures through a third-party database and reinforces the need to check the repair procedures for any technical question. Diaz also urges repairers to read the repair manual, a phrase often repeated here at Collision Hub on Repair University. However, the OEM repair procedure websites can be daunting to learn, expensive, and lack a standardized format, which makes the third-party systems so attractive, which is why the iCars Repairability Technical Support Portal, or RTS, not only points to the OEM's repair procedure websites, but provides tutorial videos on accessing and navigating the information. Repair procedures can change quickly and frequently, as best illustrated by the changes to the bedside panel of the Ford F-150. If important changes or additional information is missing from the data, a repairer may make a critical error during the repair. Collision repairers will need to look at their research process and selected tools for their facilities to ensure the information is current and complete for the repair to be performed. How good is your shop air? Check out our latest cool tools.
Hey, it's Kristen and welcome to Cool Tools. If you've been following Collision Hub on social media, then you've watched as we've built out our studio and lab this year. And one of the first pieces of equipment we had to choose was a compressor. Like every shop, we needed air. But for our business to be successful, we needed clean, dry air and quiet operation. After investigating many options in the industry, we picked a company and product that we had used and trusted on the set of several TV shows over the last 5 years, Kaiser. The Kaiser team was great to work with. After a review of our building, workstations, and air volume requirements, they recommended a pair of 5-horsepower rotary screw compressors with built-in dryers. When combined with our air pipe system and reserve tank, the two units are able to work together to support each other and the shop when running at full capacity. If it's a refinish class in the paint department and a sand tooling test in body, we've always got enough air to keep the shop running. There are a number of advantages of rotary over piston compressors to a collision repair center. First, rotary compressors can operate at 100% of their duty cycle versus a piston compressor that averages 60 to 70% availability. To compensate for the downtime, these units are large, taking up a lot of space, but allows them to save air and shut down periodically to cool. This can be a real problem when your shop is working at full capacity. Piston compressors also operate at a much higher internal temperature, ranging from 300 to 400 degrees, while a screw compressor ranges 170 to 200 degrees. Why is that important? Well, just like summer heat here in Arkansas, the hotter the air gets, the more moisture it holds. And moisture is not good for your tools or your paint jobs. Did you know that for every percent of moisture in your air, you lose the same percentage of hardness in your clear coat? A few other benefits of rotary screw over piston are lower energy use, which means lower monthly utility bills for me and lower yearly maintenance expenses. If all of those benefits were not enough to make the Kaiser compressor a cool tool, they run extremely quiet. In fact, we've shot this entire episode while our units are running. At the end of the day, we need a quiet set to make training and SOP videos for the industry. If we had to stop every time the compressor cycled, we never get anything done around here. All of these benefits combined with Kaiser's world-class field service team made selecting them for our shop an easy decision. Looking for a compressor or air solution for your shop? Feel free to contact us here at Collision Hub. We'd love to help.
Eliminate the guesswork and reduce error rates with AutoVin. Precise parts selection guarantees that your estimate is accurate. It's based on recorded information by auto manufacturers on the production line, and all the data you need is at your fingertips. The features you want in one easy package. Stay on top of your estimate with AutoVin.
Looking for a paint that is safe and offers flexibility and an excellent finish at an amazing price? Look no further. RM Onyx HD gives you the confidence to work with any color while exceeding OEM factory finish standards. Our goal is to bring a cutting-edge paint process to your shop, giving you the ability to offer an excellent finish to customers with the flexibility to use solvent or waterborne with one set of toners. Get ahead of the competition with a paint that is easy to use with a durable finish. Never compromise quality for compliance. RM Onyx HD from BASF. Your solution to quality paint at an affordable price.
Thank you for watching this month's episode of Collision Hub News. We hope you'll make CHNN your source for the collision repair news and information you need. Want more in-depth coverage of stories you heard about today? Please visit Repair Driven News, your daily source for information and editorial features for the collision repair industry. If you need to catch up on past episodes of CHNN, visit the YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe, ensuring you'll never miss another edition. See you next month.
This program is brought to you through the support of these sponsors. This is CHNN.